Hello friends, now let us go with one of the problems on your composite bars. So this is a composite bar problem. So I'll just read with it. A steel rod of 3 centimeter diameter is enclosed centrally in a hollow copper tube of external diameter 5 centimeter and internal diameter of 4 centimeter. What he is telling us? And then we'll read. A steel rod of 3 centimeter is enclosed centrally in a hollow copper tube. We have a hollow copper tube we have. So we'll draw a diagram here. So if this is my hollow copper tube here, hollow he said. So hollow means centrally you don't have anything. So this is, let us take this as a hollow. This is my whatever you have drawn. So this is our copper tube we have. Here he has given copper tube. So we can take it as copper tube. In this copper tube, now he has given the external diameter is from outer till outer it is 5 centimeter. Now internal to internal it is 4 centimeter, and he is telling that a steel rod of 3 centimeter diameter is enclosed centrally. So he will keep it here centrally. So this diameter is 3 centimeter. Fine. The composite bar is subjected to an axial pull. Here he is applying a force. So here he is axially, if you see. So here he is applying a force P. So let us assume it as force P we are applying. The composite bar is, what is the force here? He has 45000 Newton, 45,000 Newton. If the length of each bar is equal, the length of the bar is equal and it is 15 centimeter. Determine, first one is we have to calculate our stress, second one is we have to calculate what is the load carried by each bar. Yes or no? And here we have to calculate what is the stress in the rod and in the tube. Yes, so this is my rod and this is my copper tube. So before going to solve with that one, let us write with our given data, and then we will solve quickly. Now let us see what is the given data we have. Now what is the diameter of the rod? Here he has given diameter of the rod was, diameter of rod if you check, which is equal to 3 centimeter here he has given. So you can write as 30 mm. Yes, 30 mm. Then I can calculate what is the area of the steel rod or whatever it might be. Why? Because area of steel rod here he has given. So AS, area of steel rod, I'll write, which is equal to pi by 4 into d square, 30 square. So from here you will be getting it as 706.86 mm square. Now next one we will go with about the copper rod. Now copper rod, if you see, we have outer diameter, we have inner diameter. Yes or no? So if you go with your external diameter is 5 centimeter, I will write as 50 mm. Internal diameter is 4 centimeter. So 4 centimeter, which is equal to 40 mm. Now from here also if you calculate the area of your copper, which is nothing but pi by 4 into d square, but the diameter is hollow, it is not solid. Yes or no? If it is solid, then I would have taken this one, but if it is like hollow, then you can go with d outer square minus d inner square. So like this you can find d outer square minus d inner square. So pi by 4 into outer square is 50 square minus 40 square. Now if you simplify this one, you will be getting it as 706.86 mm square. Now after that, as usual, P was 45000 Newton. Here he has given. Length, if you talk, here he has given as 15 centimeter. Now you can convert into like 15 centimeter here he has given. So you can write as 150 mm. Yes. Now similarly ES, if you see with here ES he has given it as 2.1 into 10 to the power 5, and EC here he has given it as 1.1 into 10 to the power 5. In the question here he has given you these two. Here by mistake I have not written. ES is 2.1 into 10 to the power 5 and EC is 1.1 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per mm square, both. Fine. So ES we have got, EC we have got. What is the first one we have to calculate? We have to calculate the stress. So let us solve with our stress one. So if you see with the first one, we have to calculate the stress. How can we calculate the stress? If you see with my previous videos, there I have given you about the derivation of the composite bar. So if you want to calculate here stress, we know that the strain in bar 1 is equal to strain in bar 2. So strain in bar 1, how can we write strain in bar 1, which I can write as sigma S by ES should be equal to sigma C by EC. But sigma S we don't know, ES and EC we know, sigma C also we don't know, that we have to calculate. Stresses only we have to calculate, but we know sigma S and sigma C. But I'll write as sigma S, I'll send this one there, so which is equal to ES upon EC into sigma C. But what is our sigma, like ES, if you take ES is 2.1 into 10 to the power 5 by 1.1 into 10 to the power 5 into sigma C. So this is 1.909 sigma C. So sigma S we have got in terms of sigma C, but we have to calculate either sigma S or we have to calculate our sigma C to find out the stresses. Why? Because he is telling us to find out the stress. Now if you want to calculate the stress, we know that the total load whatever you have, total load I'll write as P, which was equal to P1 plus P2. Yes. So I'll draw the diagram here once again for your convenience. So here you can just see. Fine. So here we have applied the force. This was here copper. This was here centrally. It was here steel. So let us take it as 1 and 2, like for this one 1 and for the center one it has 2. So the total load P can be written as P1 plus P2. But if you talk about P1, how can I write my P1 stress? The stress, if you talk sigma 1, which is equal to P1 by A1. Now if you want to calculate here P1, I'll send this A1 here. So P1 is equal to sigma 1 into A1. Similarly, P2 is equal to sigma 2 into A2. So we'll write as sigma 1 or sigma S. Sigma S, steel and copper will write. Yes or no? See, steel and copper will write here. Sigma S AS plus sigma C AC. Got it? I'll write as sigma S AS plus sigma C AC. Now from here already you know sigma S in terms of sigma C, and even you know area of steel, you know area of copper. Yes or no? So sigma S I'll write as 1.909 into sigma C into its area. Area of steel we have calculated. Area of steel is 706.86. 706.86. Fine. Plus how much is sigma C? We'll write sigma C only into area of copper. Area of copper, if you see, area of copper is 706. Fine. So 706.86. Now if you talk about here P is nothing but the total load. Total load here he has given. So if you see here total load P is equal to 45000 Newton. So you can substitute your total load as 45000 Newton, and from here if you calculate you will be getting here sigma C. Now from here if you see sigma C value will be equal to 21.88 Newton per mm square. Now once if you have got with your sigma C, now you can substitute this sigma C in your above equation. Here you can substitute. So from here you will be getting here sigma S, which is equal to 1.909 into 21.88, which will be equal to here 41.77 Newton per mm square. So this is my sigma C and sigma S we have calculated. From here we have calculated our sigma C, we have calculated our sigma S. Now let us go with our next one. What is our next one? We have to calculate our load. Second one was we have to calculate our load in each bar. We have to calculate. We have to calculate load in each bar. How can I calculate load in each bar? If you talk, I can sigma, you know, sigma is nothing but P by A. Yes or no? So can I write P is equal to sigma into A? Now I just wanted to calculate my load in my steel. So I'll write sigma S, PS is equal to sigma S into AS. But sigma S already you have got. So if you see from here, sigma S you have got as 41.77 and sigma C as 21.88. So if you just substitute there, sigma S I have got it as if you see 41.77 into area you already know 706.86. So if you multiply it, so you'll be getting 29525.5 Newton. So this is my load carried by steel only, and the second one, if you calculate load carried by your copper, which will be equal to your sigma C into AC. But what is your sigma C? Sigma C, if you calculate, so sigma C is 21.88, yes or no? So you can write here 21.88 into the area was 706.86. So if you calculate here 15474.5 Newton. So PC is this one. Thank you.